Well, I couldn't really resist just whacking this out of the box and giving it a quick go. This is the new Cherry MX keyboard with the new with the new Cherry MX2A Silent Red Switches. I basically had an email to write and I wanted to try out the keyboard on it. Tried my best to save this for another day, but this is a KC200MX and it has the silent reds. I think you can also get them in brown at this point. I think that's all you can buy at this point in the new Cherry MX2As. Oh, that looks nice. That really looks the part, doesn't it? A swish. So the keyboard that I have been using is this one with brown switches. This is a Cherry MX board 3.0 and it's got the old MX browns. Felt like I was going to enjoy the brown switches more when I did my initial research into mechanical keyboards. But now, I'm not sure, I think maybe red might have been a better option for me. It's really good. I really like the quieter sound actually. And it does still have a really positive feel. You still know exactly when you've hit that keyboard or not. Let's compare that to a couple of sentences on the older MX board 3.0 with the brown switches. I'm a big fan. It's definitely a recommend. I'm going to keep using it for a little while and I'll see how I go. And of course, I'll let you know how I find it. It is really nice. I have been using it for a few days now. And the things that I'm noticing about it are the sound is different and, well, the key travel is different as well. The actual size of the keys are different. And that's the thing that's surprising me at this point here. There is something much nicer about the lighter key press, but I have actually been making more accidental presses. And I think there was something that I liked about the kind of shape of these keys on the older MX board. These keys are sort of taller and the whole keyboard is slightly higher up than this one is. And I wonder if that's something that I've just got to get used to, but I'm actually finding it's giving me a little bit of strain on the back of my hands after long periods of typing. So we'll see how that goes. I do love the silent keys though. I do think having the quieter keyboard with just that little bit of FOC is really nice. I don't know if you can see my hand position there when compared to the same thing. Finding a flat bit on my desk. It's a much louder sound. I think I do really like the keyboard and I do love the way it looks. It does look way better than the old Cherry MX Board 3, but is it ergonomically as good? That's what actually matters. I'm torn whether I really should have bought the brown. Perhaps having that little key bump might have helped me with these accidental presses, but perhaps, as I normally conclude in these things, that I just need to get a bit better at typing. It does take a little bit less force to actually actuate the keys on these red keys than on the brown. That's something that tactile bump does help with. And I did wonder whether actually these keys were spaced out a little bit less than they are on the older Cherry MX board, but as you can see, they're pretty much exactly the same size, sort of standard keyboard size really. I think it really is a case that it is just easier to press these in than on the previous keyboard. And I just need to be a bit more definite about when I'm pressing and when I'm not pressing and lifting that key off. And I think that was something that passed quite quickly. I had some where I actually typed and managed to actually press the key for multiple letters rather than just getting one clean strike. But that, as I've got used to it, that has gone away. I'm wondering as well, do I actually need to get a wrist rest for this board? Because it is that slight bit higher up than the previous board. I know I've got it on its feet, but I didn't like it flat like this, so I did have to use it on its feet. The whole keyboard is just slightly higher raised because it's got these nice visible switches underneath as well. It's a lovely keyboard. I think I'm just getting used to it really.